Last year I really just coming in as a freshman, I didn't really, have the skill set or like the mind going in, I guess, like into playing into the SEC. Well, so with this year, with the conference, getting me ready, and like I've seen what last year how the conference was, so I just took that and I just put it into play this year.
Morgan, kind of the same question I asked here about playing fast for somebody who likes to get out and go. How much do you think that the team plays fast? Do you think it's a noticeable difference between SEC games, and how much are you looking forward to playing maybe at a faster pace tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm looking to play at a fast pace, but like Tierra said, we got to play under control. When we go fast, we tend to turn the ball over, so we got to play in control and make good decisions and good baskets and have good positions.
Any questions in the back? We could.
Victoria, what are you looking forward to tomorrow about playing in front of the fans again, being back at home, and then and especially facing in a good team in Troy?
I'm looking forward to us playing hard, playing together, and coming out with a win, and do what we do best. And all that together, having a great crowd, and if the crowd's in, then we in it. So hopefully the environment's good, and we have a great outcome for the crowd and for our coaches.
Yeah, Tierra, I know Morgan and Victoria were asked this question, but, getting to host again and adjust this, getting to host again and play in front of your fans, just what does that mean?
Our fan base is incredible. Like most of our, like when we play hard, like the fans, like they cheer. Like the biggest thing is like when we take charges. So just seeing our fans like getting to play again at home for our fans is just the most part.
For Morgan and Tierra, coaches talked about how Troy likes to send 5 players to rebound. First, Morgan, what's the challenge for you as a guard to go and try to keep them off the boards? And then Tierra, as aircraft carrier, like Coach likes to call you, what's the challenge for you to try to help your team control the backboards?
I know I have to box out and rebound, and so when I get the rebound and secure the rebound, I'm going to be looking out for the guards so I can get them an outlet pass and we get a quick transition bucket.
I'm going to block out. Like most teams who play point guards don't go rebound, but Troy, they go rebound. So I had to block out and make sure my man don't get the rebound.
Bob?
Victoria, I know y'all have had a pretty grueling schedule from game one through the end of the SEC tournament. Not a lot of easy spots in there. 2 weeks is a long time to go between games, I know, but there's something to be gained? Is it maybe a little helpful to have that break and rest up a little bit?
Yeah, it's very helpful. So, because, we don't take many days off. We go hard all the time. So it's very helpful for us to get our legs back under us and let us get the energy to be focused and prepared to play these two teams and keep going on down the line in the tournament.
Got time for 2 more questions for the ladies? Okay, you're dismissed. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, where's the mic? Okay, David, we'll start with you.
Vic, just curious. I know Victoria in the SEC tournament didn't score as much as she usually did. Is there anything that you've tried to do during practices to kind of get her back right, or do you think it was just one of those games? It was just an off week.
Well, Steph Curry's in a little bit of a slump in the NBA, and I just think that you made mention it's a long, hard grind our season, and our long, hard grind culminates with probably the hardest tournament we'll be in. I mean, really, the Southeastern Conference tournament, you go through that thing and win it, you can win any tournament that's out there, including the one we're fixing to start in. So I just think that certainly, she probably missed some shots that maybe earlier in the year she was making, but at the same time, I think kids go through this. And, the 2 days off that we had when we got back, probably no one benefited more than her. And then Wednesday was a shooting day. I gave them all day Saturday, all day Sunday. We came back Sunday night, but that was only an hour and 35, 40 minutes. So I think and then she's practiced well all week. She made shots. But as I mentioned earlier, she's a little dinged up. Again, I don't air out our laundry in here. Who's great and who's not, but I think the time off's really been beneficial for her. And I can get wrapped up and worry about a lot of things, but I have a real security in Victoria. I just feel like that kid, when the lights come on, is always going to play well. And for the most part, she has.
Vic, I remember watching the South Carolina game a couple of weeks ago, and you guys got off to a little bit of a slow start, and you went with Tiara really quickly, I thought, and that's been the case a few times this year. How much have you weighed inserting her into the starting lineup?
I've waited a lot. It's something that certainly I think the kid deserves, but at the same time, I also knew that she had a great chance to be the sixth woman of the year, and I didn't want to upset that apple cart because I really felt like she earned that and deserved it, and she did. She got it. So, Chinwei has gotten into foul trouble a little bit early here of late, and so but one of the things that you have when you go through a course of a season like we have, where we've played 33 games now, you do have a comfortability and a continuity with how things go, and the kids are comfortable with that too. So you have to be careful about changing up things, and so I've been cognizant of that a little bit, to an extent. So certainly it's a valid question, and it's something that's been on my mind a lot.
About the pace of play, obviously they'd like to shoot possibly every 7 seconds if possible. How do you think that you guys play in faster tempos, and what kind of a challenge does that potential pose to you guys?
Well, I think you better be careful about playing my team really fast. I'll say that. I think our kids are real comfortable in that environment, especially when you've got the depth we have. So, I think we're really, really comfortable playing really fast. We play fast every day in practice in one of our drills called Bulldog. And so it's, I think our kids are really, really comfortable in that environment. They certainly know we got to take good care of the ball and we've got to get a good look. But, we've got some kids that can run all day. And you get them up and down now, you lose them in transition, you're going to end up paying for it. So, I'm comfortable with it. And I just, the biggest thing this time of year in March, doesn't matter if you play slow or you play fast or anything in between, you just got to take care of the ball. You can't turn the ball over. This has been one of my better teams in turnovers. I think we average like 13.2 a game, and that's probably the best in the 5 years I've been here. You would know that better than me. But I think from that standpoint, we've taken care of the ball.
Most of this team had yet to experience this last year. Have you seen them handle this differently than they did a year ago when I know there was a little bit of uncertainty of whether you were going to host or not? And this year, like Morgan said, expectations have really changed. Have you seen them handle things a little bit differently?
I think anytime you have a 4-senior team, they take things differently and they handle things differently, good, bad, and indifferent. And I've not seen this team too giddy after wins, and they've bounced back after losses. And so, I think with this group, they've been pretty even-keeled all year. It's like Morgan said, it's the animal that's been created is an expectation here at Mississippi State to do this every year. And so it's an honor to be able to host this event and be a part of it, and we're certainly excited about it. And I think our kids have, they're not too wrapped up in it. I would say our kids are excited to have a chance to play in front of their home crowd because of what happened the last time they played in front of our home crowd. And I think it wouldn't matter who we're playing or what event we're in. I think there's a little bit of motivation to have a little vindication because, as everybody knows, we did not play well the last time we played in Humphrey Coliseum.
I know you guys obviously first round played Troy, but just generally about DePaul's program. Doug's taken them to the tournament 15 straight years. I mean, they've had a lot of success. It seems just kind of like a monster number 7 seed. I mean, just what are your feelings about what he's done with that program and just their team?
Yeah, I mean, so much respect for him, someone who's given so much to our game. You're talking about one of the real and I mean this with complete respect, one of the real icons in our game. I mean, he's been around, he's been there, done that. He gives back. He's had tremendous staffs, but his teams are always consistently, year in and year out, top 20. And so to be able to have him here is really, as I told him today, I'm really honored that he's here. He's never been to Starkville. As long as he's been in the game, he's never been to Mississippi State. And so I'm excited to show him and his program, just like Northern Iowa, what it's like to be in Starkville and the people here, and to show them our hospitality. We've played Troy since I've been here, and complete lot of respect for the job Shanda's done. I mean, she's built that program just like we have from the ground up. And so, again, you realize the people in this industry, how hard they work in doing what they do and how good they are. But, really excited that Doug's here. You know, he's got a nephew that's a teacher here. I didn't know that. I believe he told me this morning he's got a nephew that teaches in philosophy. And so, that's pretty cool. And so he already had the scouting report on, where to go, what to eat, where to eat, and all that, which is good. So, I'm excited to have everyone here. It's personal for me. This is my university. This is my program. I want to show it off. I want to show it in the light that it is, which is so positive. And I can get wrapped up in a lot of things other than my team right now because I'm invested. So.
Obviously, you guys aren't looking past Troy, but I saw a lot of national.
So this is two questions that have started off the same way.
Well, I saw a lot of national experts deem that, your road's probably the toughest as far as the region that you guys are in right here. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I think it's an honest assessment, but I'd go back to even what our non-conference schedule was. We've created that from day one. We've had a really arduous, tough road this year. And you know what? We were 27-1 at one time. This team has shown they can do it. Now, my job to get them to do it right now. This time of year, it's about getting hot. The teams that get hot are the ones that make it the furthest. Last year, you had 3 teams that weren't number ones that made it to the Final Four. They got hot. It's my job to get this team hot. So, but it's certainly going to be my tough road starts tomorrow at 1:30, no doubt. I think Troy's really good, y'all, and they're playing well at the right time of year.
You've talked about how Troy likes to send 5 players to rebound, in particular for Morgan and I guess your centers particularly, since they've got such a size advantage. What are the challenges for Morgan and Jazz and Tierra and Chinwe to help you guys control the backboards?
Well, again, the thing that jumps out at you is how hard they work to rebound. They're not standing around. None of them are. They're moving to get position. They're playing percentages, where the shot can come off. I mean, it's something that Chanda obviously has taught them, and it's something that they've worked on. So, again, Morgan may be matched up with somebody other than their point guard. Well, then she for sure has to block out and rebound. And so they're so energized in that part of their game that in some regards it's a little unusual for who we've played. So, for our bigs, they're going to be dealing with somebody that might be a little bit shorter but may work harder than anybody they've seen all year. And so you got to respect those kids and realize that it's obviously a point of emphasis for them.
You spoke of it's your job to get a team hot. You've also said, I think starting as far back as December, you did not want your team peaking in December, January, February. How, as a coach, do you get your team hot or to peak this time of year?
Well, again, I think it's what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. It's the build up to tomorrow. It's the focus that we've had. It's the rest that we've had. I think all those things go into it. I thought we played really well in the Southeastern Conference tournament. We just didn't score any points. We just had a mental snafu on a couple things. And again, you score 48, 49 points this time of year, you're going to lose. So other than that, I thought we played hard. I thought defensively we were really special. We just had a a bad 6.5 minutes against South Carolina. So other than that, we scored 78 and 66, and really I rested some kids in that second game just trying to get them to the third game. So, you know, I can't tell you right now if we're peaking. I know this. We've played well all year long. And, again, to be 27-1 at one point and right now 29-4, you know, we've done a lot right. So.
Danny P.
The players were asked about being comfortable hosting for the second straight year. How do you feel like the university and the fan base will react now that they get a second chance to do this? And it was a great atmosphere last year. I know you wanted to be that or even better.
Yeah, no, I think it's, you know, I think our administration is year older, year wiser. And look, last year, Danny, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I thought the arena was immaculate. It was as pristine and beautiful as I've ever seen it. I thought Jay did a wonderful job preparing our arena, but I thought it looked like an NCAA venue. Again, I've been in these venues a lot of different places. I thought our press room was better than any press room I'd ever been in or seen. Just with the amount of live cameras, the amount of print media, I just really was proud again to be able to host that event and to provide this experience for these student athletes. So from that standpoint, Danny, I think it'll be great. And I know our fan base is excited. I think we've sold more tickets as of yesterday than we sold last year for the first round game. And so we still had today and hopefully some walk-ups tomorrow. So it's a tough time. 1:30 is brutal. But again, think like the committee for just a minute. Just like they had to make a decision with a couple of number ones in travel, you know, one less traveling is better than both of them traveling, okay? Well, the same thing's true, I bet you, when you start thinking about, okay, who's going to draw at 1:30? Starkville, Mississippi's proven they can draw at 1:30. So why not go back to the well where you know you got a great response last year? So I mean, that's if I'm them, that's how I'm thinking. So they went back to us again, and you know what? We answered the bell again in my mind, and I feel, you know, like, hey, hopefully it'll be great again, you know, tomorrow with that Friday afternoon crowd, and you know, so I get it. I mean, I completely understand it. I get it, and I'm proud of the fact that we can wear that responsibility.
Any more questions? In the back? Just.
Yep.
Just in case, do you still have your excuse note ready to go, chambered for?
Yeah, it's I've put it out on Twitter. Everybody has it now, and I even got a request from one of my former players at my previous university who's playing overseas. She wanted to know if that would be good enough over there to miss practice in her game tomorrow, which is tomorrow in the afternoon here, is tomorrow night over there, and so. You know, it's out. It's signed, sealed, and delivered, and anybody that needs it, I'm sure it carries so much weight. Sydney Carter. Yeah.
Is that it? Okay. Thank you, Coach. Good
All
luck.
right. Praise the Lord and go Dogs.